Hello there, welcome to Old Man Minecraft. I'm an old man and I play Minecraft. Here I am in a lovely acacia village. I love these things. The uniforms on these dudes, the costumes, the colour of that is absolutely fantastic. Lovely cat. I'm actually in a copy of the world that I have my survival base built in. Now this I have set to creative. Over there, look at the number of biomes we've got. We've got ice biomes, we've got plains, we've got desert, we've got acacia, we've got jungle in the background there, and in there somewhere is a lovely bamboo forest. We've got two pillager outposts right next to each other. We've got all sorts of things. We've even got somewhere around here a desert well. There's a shipwreck over there. We've got the ocean. Now this is the second video. I think this will be the second video. I might do a tour of my old base and schedule that to be my second video and this to be my third. I don't know yet. Is that rock angering you? Now, if you don't like building, I don't know why you're playing Minecraft. Most people love building. Some people endure building and they kind of know they have to put a roof over their heads or else they're going to get gobbled up by gremlins or what have you at night, whatever they're called, zombies. Some people have built the most amazing things, not just in creative mode, but in a survival world with ghouls and goblins and beasties chewing at their heels the whole time. And I do admire those folks in having something beautiful that you've built, functional, full of redstone, and you've been battling goblins and trolls and what have you in the meantime. And I do get that, and that's why I'm going to be starting up a Let's Play survival normal mode difficulty doodad series very soon. I've never done it before. I've always I'm a big chicken. I'm going to admit I am a real big chicken, and I am terrified of things in Minecraft. I don't know what it is. The nether, absolutely not. Go away. I don't want to know. Oh, is that? Did I drown a spider? What a shame. Are you going to give me some string? I probably got gobbled up by the sand. Oh dear. Poor, hey, there it is. Poor spider. I'm a big chicken. I'll admit it. Ghasts. What on earth is that all about? Why? What? Who came up with them? Baby zombies. Don't. They're so fast. And you just turn around and there's a creeper and you hear that tss, and you know you're too late. You know you can't do anything about it. I used to absolutely get so frustrated in the early days because I thought that was the only way you could play. And then I discovered that it didn't really matter if you had a little dip into peaceful mode because you wanted to build something. You don't lose your trophies as long as you're in survival and you're not picking blocks off a menu. There's still some element of prestige there, but I do get it. I do understand why it's awesome to build something in a completely survival mode. Normal mode rather. I'm going to come back in a minute and I'm going to have a little area cleared out and I'm going to show you guys some of the tips and tricks that I've learned when it comes to building in Minecraft. And here we are. This is the key. This is the magic formula. As soon as I discovered this, building became a lot easier for me. Now, not just a pretty pattern. You'll notice that we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks on each side, making a square. Now, what this footprint does, it enables us to build symmetrically, very nicely, and to the scale that blocks are in Minecraft. It allows us to build really nice functional rooms, or let's say units, because one room might be several units. You might end up with a place that's a little bit bigger. So for example, if we can come out and use the same pattern, and you'll see that we can build up 2 rooms, or a footprint using 2 units. I've taken that exact pattern and I've elevated it to be 2 blocks above the ground. So you can see that I'm still using the same scale. And what we're going to do is we are going to lay out the basics of a house, a 2-unit house. I'm going to start with some oak logs. I'm going to put them down on every white bit, every bit around here. Now, I'm also going to use, and I do love Minecraft's blocks these days. They're absolutely fantastic. I'm going to use a combination of these two. for this layer that we're doing now. And I'm just going to go around and I'm going to alternate, do little bits and bobs here and there. You can see I've put down now. You can already see that's starting to be nice and uniform. It's looking really, really interesting. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take these stone bricks and I'm going to come all the way up. I do like in Minecraft that there's a thought process behind things. You can make things look more realistic with a thought process. And I'm going to pop one mossy one, a slimy one, right in there, because you can see that if you keep the bricks at the very bottom a little bit mossy and a little bit slimy, and then most of the bricks at this second level a bit drier, they're a bit off the ground, therefore they're not going to be susceptible to damp. And I like that sort of thing. I like that Minecraft gives you the opportunity to do that. Hello, Mr. Sheep. I'm also going to replicate the oak. I've used oak because there's so many choices with wood these days, but I've used oak because it's probably the first wood you're going to get, and I think it looks lovely. I know for some people it is the diorite of wood, but I don't care. I love it. I'm going to take out all these blue blocks. Remember, these were the middle of the 5. These were the central. If you take that 5, that's the middle bit. They're going to come in really useful. Now we're clearing these out because as you're standing in Minecraft, and I know I can fly, I'm going to drop down. Look, it's perfect window size. Absolutely brilliant. Now, there are going to be stages to this build. You can pick and choose. I do like, I must admit, some normal stone stairs and some mossy cobblestone stairs. We're going to go round and we are actually going to fill in a little bit more detail. Now from the inside, this just looks like another interesting go away in a pattern. You're taking out this central block all the way around. It's going to feel the same wherever you're standing, inside and outside. It brings a kind of uniformity to proceedings. Oh, and it also, yeah, out you come. Good lad. And it also lets this other depth, this layer, this mid-block bit of detail come in. And mid-block, especially vertically up and down, this mid-block where you kind of cut into a block is really, really useful. It's really, really nice. Obviously we've got slabs which cover half a block upwards, but anything you can get which adds inward detail inwards, is really good. And you can see straight away that we're looking all right. We're only 2 blocks high. Windows, loads of window choices. Now I'm a little bit unfamiliar with the creative mode menu on Bedrock because I haven't done much creative mode work since PlayStation 4, which is what I am currently capturing on, so I do apologise for the quality. I do apologise for the quality of the microphone as well. These will hopefully all get upgraded at some point. I'm going to assume you've got access to wood straight away. If you've got access to wood, you can start building shutters, or whatever they're called. What are they called? Trapdoors, which work wonderfully as little shutters for your build. And it depends on which way round you stand. If you go from the outside in, the trapdoor appears on the inside. If you go the inside out, the trapdoor will appear on the outside. You could, if you're going for some kind of medieval build, these ribbed spruce trapdoors with the rivets in look absolutely fantastic, but the oak trapdoors look like just good windows. It looks like they've got panes. So we can go to here. The spruce door, again, spruce just looks absolutely wonderful in a kind of medieval build. And again with doors, if you stand outside, the door appears on your side of the block you're placing on. If you stand inside, the door appears on the inside, and obviously that gives you a little bit extra depth when you're looking at the front. We've got this, we're building up layers with depth. You can see that this comes out halfway through the block. This comes out about maybe 3/4, maybe a bit less than 3/4 through the block. We've got a door which sits all the way back in the block, and we're starting to build up a nice looking, chunky yet uniform house. Now there's several options here. I like to build with a lot of headroom. I think it feels a bit cramped, claustrophobic, and a bit maybe not as professional looking as it could be. If you're in a building with a too high ceiling and you're constantly, I mean creative, but if you're constantly just doing this all the time inside. So I'm going to go at least this high. like this, because when you jump, you don't quite hit your head. Normally I go a little bit higher than that still, but for certainly an early game build, this is just the right height. So now you can see as I put those beams across, it's starting to look a little bit like an actual house in construction. This is going to allow us to visualize the final shape of the house. It's also going to provide some lovely details inside, because if you choose to, you can put a second floor in, and we might actually put a second floor in. You can put a second floor in of, let's choose some nice oak wood slabs. When you go to put the floor in, you can see upstairs it will look like a nice beam running across your floor, like this. But underneath, if it will let me into my own house, let me in, let me in. Oh, I'm gonna have to use the front door. Inside, you can see that we've got a little bit of that detail there. We've got some half slab detail, which gives us that lovely depth. So I'm just going to build that in just for fun, just because it's there now. All right, who's that? I've got zombies under my house, lads and ladies. I don't like it. I told you Minecraft was scary. And I'm in creative mode. What we're going to do now is we're going to put in, I'm going to choose a little bit of wood, I think. And I'm going to choose some nice birch. So lots of people don't like birch. Tough. Now, I might even come back in a minute and replicate using birch stairs some bit of detail here. I might even save for the inside. You never know. We'll see. So we can actually create a lovely band of light wood all the way around, and probably at this point continue this all the way around. We're starting to see a nice uniform build. It even looks good without it. Oh, where's my front door? There it is. Even without doing anything, it's looking all right inside. We haven't done anything yet, and it's looking pretty good. We're stuck to a pattern. Things are symmetrical. I'm going to use these cobblestone stairs. I'm going to use them in a minute to do the roof, but for the time being, I'm going to start it off, and I'm going to start it off here and here. It's just going to give me an idea of what this is going to look like. In fact, I don't want to start it off there. I'm going to start it off one out from there and one out from there. All will become clear later. This is going to give me an idea of clearance. I know there's going to be a line of, they're called eaves, a line of the base of the roof as it slopes down and stops. That's called the eaves. Mine's going to jut out. What's going to lay inside this in the same pattern is going to be wood or tile. I don't quite know yet. It might even be this running all the way along. In fact, let's do that now. Make a decision. I can always come back. So here we can see that exposed, even when I've put the roof in, is going to be this birch area. Now I'm going to go back to my stairs. I'm going to pick out my birchwood stairs. I'm going to have a little play around just to see. I know for a fact that I probably want this to be a bit of a detail above the door. Now what happens then if I'm inside? This still looks like a wall, but what happens if I do that and that? It gives us a little bit of depth, a little bit of maybe storage or something like that, or ventilation or something like that, and from the outside they look like walls, and that, yeah, I like that a lot. So here we are inside. It's looking detailed and nice and interesting. Such a small build. There's loads of people online, loads of people on YouTube, good family-friendly people who will help you with building. Avamance is very interesting. Obviously, Mumbo Jumbo and the Hermitcraft crew have just got the most amazing builds, all of which are done in a normal mode difficulty, and they're constantly getting blown up by creepers and ghouls and goblins and all sorts of nasties, and I have much admiration for them. Loads of different people. Wattles is quite interesting as well, American guy. Loads of really interesting YouTubers based around Minecraft will help with loads of building tips, and obviously when we get onto Redstone a bit later, you'll be able to see their tips and tricks, because I will be pointing you in their direction and using some of their expert knowledge. I've actually missed a block out here. I've done something different. I've put this block inwards like this, as you can see, and that creates a nice little bit of depth. I'm going to do that on the other side as well, like that. There. I could continue this with cobblestone all the way around. I don't really like the look of that. I'm going to tie in this birch here, and for at least one level, perhaps two, I'm going to pop in stairs in the same configuration as the stairs, the cobblestone stairs, so they line up lovely and flush. Spruce, let's go with spruce just for a bit of a colour change, and I'm going to pop that there, and we're going to go like this. Sorry if that clipped in the microphone. I've got a not very professional microphone. As I say, I'm hoping to get a better one at some point, but you can build it up maybe a little bit of a longhouse look on this. There. There's loads of options for the roof, but you can see pretty much now, apart from a bit inside, which I'm now going to fill in. I'm going to echo that spruce, I think. Let's fill this in. Nope, I'm going to have to bust through. Let's go into the loft. And again, you can make this loft. What's going to be the easiest? The easiest is going to be this, I believe. You can make the loft however you want to make the loft. You can make it spacious. You can totally block it off. I would recommend putting torches up here to mob proof it at some point. Let me out. I'm so bad at Minecraft. Oh my goodness. So in terms of the inside, you might want to do wood. You might want to do stone. You might want to do a combination of things. Really, it's up to you. There are obviously, like everything, there are tips and tricks. I'm going to very quickly, I think the interior is a much more personal thing. You might want to stuff it with redstone. You might want to just have some things that you found, trophies and what have you. Whatever you're building for, I think the interior might have to be for another video. I hope you've enjoyed this, but do have a little tinker next time you're on Minecraft with this 5x5 grid, and you'll see that it lets you create all sorts of interesting patterns and repetitions, and everything just looks nice and tidy. It's a really, really good way of building in Minecraft. So there we go. There's the 5x5 grid. That was part 1 of Let's Build with Old Man Minecraft, and I will see you again next time. Please look after yourselves. Please take care of each other and wash your hands. Today's time is 57 degrees.